Welcome back to Senior Sparks. Today we're diving into an explainer that is literally going to change the way you look at every single meal. We recently analyzed a truly fascinating audio recording from a medical doctor, and we just had to break it down for you guys. In the audio, he drops this massive paradigm shift. It's not just about what's on your plate, but how your body digests it that determines your true health. If you're tired of feeling sluggish after eating or dealing with deficiencies that won't budge, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's figure out how to get our digestion back on track.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll be touching on the evolution of digestion, the true source of nutrition, modern threats to our gut health, a fantastic probiotic kanchi remedy, and finally, mindful eating.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the evolution of digestion, tracing it from a simple amoeba all the way to the human mind. This timeline really puts things into perspective. Millions of years ago, a single-celled amoeba only had the sense of touch, right? It just absorbed whatever moisture felt right in order to survive. Over eons, creatures developed a tongue to taste, a nose to smell, eyes to spot food, and ears to hear it. But then we get to humans. We developed that ultimate sixth sense, the mind. And here's the wild part. Our digestion is no longer just some mechanical churning in the stomach. It is deeply, almost entirely controlled by our mental state, our imagination, and our emotions. And that brings us to the doctor's absolute mic drop moment from his recording. Nutrients are not in the food, they are in the digestion. We're so conditioned to obsess over reading nutrition labels and counting calories, but honestly, if your digestive engine is stalled, you could eat the healthiest, most organic meal on the planet, and your body simply won't absorb a thing.
Think about it like this. It's honestly mind-blowing. A goat munches on plain, simple grass all day, right? But somehow it produces rich, heavy body fat. It certainly isn't eating fat. And bees, they literally sip tiny drops of basic nectar, yet they manufacture honey packed with complex carbs, proteins, and fats. How? Because their bodies just naturally know exactly how to extract and synthesize what they need. Our human bodies have that exact same profound intelligence built right in. We just have to let it work.
Moving into Section 2, modern threats to gut health. If our bodies are so incredibly smart, why are our guts such a mess these days? Well, the doctor points out a few modern habits that are basically acting as silent assassins to our digestion. First up is RO, or reverse osmosis water. A lot of us drink it, but it's actually highly acidic, and it slowly washes away the vital, healthy bacteria in your gut. Then there's our habit of eating heavy meals late at night, things like dosas or chapatis. Throwing heavy, hot stone-cooked or fried food into a resting body is like forcing an engine into overdrive while it's trying to power down. It totally wrecks your sleep and long-term heart health. And then we have this number, 4 to 5 liters. That is the crazy amount of cooking oil some families are going through every single month. Back in the day, that much dense energy was reserved for people doing intense, back-breaking farm work. But today, we're taking in that same amount of oil and then just sitting at desks or in air-conditioned rooms. Since we aren't doing the physical labor to burn it off, our bodies literally cannot digest it. The doctor actually links this unburned excess oil straight to the formation of gallstones. It's a huge wake-up call. So we have this really clear contrast, right? Our modern habits involve guzzling acidic water, eating heavy night meals, and scrolling on our phones while we chew. Contrast that with traditional wisdom. Think about natural pot-filtered water, having a light, easily digestible gruel or congee at night, and actually pausing to bless or appreciate your food before taking that first bite. It is a completely different vibe and a totally different relationship with nourishment. Okay, on to Section 3, the true source of nutrition. Now you might be thinking, all right, my modern diet is failing me, but can't I just pop a synthetic vitamin to permanently fix it? Well, look at the difference here. Synthetic supplements are basically just a Band-Aid that masks the problem. Take a vitamin B12 pill, and sure, your numbers look great on paper today, but the second you stop taking that pill, boom, your levels crash right back down. Why? Because the actual machinery, your gut bacteria, hasn't been healed. Natural digestion is the only permanent fix, because when your gut is working, it pulls exactly what it needs right out of the food itself, instead of relying on an artificial quick fix. And heads up, even trying to eat healthy, traditional foods can completely backfire if we do it wrong. Take millets. In Tamil, they're known as sirithaniam, which actually translates more accurately to sirithanium, or corrective grains. These are incredibly dense, nutrient-heavy crops meant to repair the muscles of folks doing hard physical labor in rocky terrains. If you eat a massive bowl of millets for dinner and then just go sit on the couch to watch TV, yeah, that's going to lead straight to indigestion.
It's just too much complex fuel for a sedentary lifestyle. So, Section 4. Let's talk traditional remedies. If bad habits and RO water have wiped out your healthy gut bacteria, how do we get it back without expensive pills? You can actually make this right in your kitchen. Okay, this is so simple and highly actionable. Next time you boil unpolished rice, save the excess water and let it cool. Drop in half a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds and the stems, just the stems actually, of 4 green chilies. Cover the container with a cloth and literally just leave it alone for 2 days. On day 3, filter out the seeds and stems, dilute the liquid with a little water, and drink half a glass about 30 minutes after a meal. This gentle fermentation creates an absolute powerhouse of a natural probiotic drink. The doctor notes that doing this daily can drastically boost B12 and rebuild your gut microbiome in just 15 days. But getting the right bacteria is really only half the puzzle, because it begs a really fascinating question. Even if we are eating an incredibly nutritious meal, why are we sometimes totally exhausted right after? Why the urge to nap if food is supposed to give us energy? That brings us right into Section 5, which is absolutely crucial for our Senior Sparks community, mindful eating. The answer lies in the massive amount of energy our body wastes trying to digest improperly eaten food. We've completely forgotten the oldest, most fundamental rule. True hunger is the greatest appetizer. These days, we eat strictly by the clock. It hits 1 p.m., so we eat, whether our stomach is actually asking for food or not. When you eat without true, deep hunger, you're forcing your digestive system to grind away when it simply isn't primed with the right digestive juices. It's a huge waste of your body's energy. To fix this, the doctor outlines some brilliant, simple rules. Number 1, obviously, wait until you are genuinely hungry. Number 2, absolutely no TV or phones while eating. Did you know that watching a stressful or violent scene on a screen while eating can literally alter the composition of your stomach acid? It turns your digestion toxic. Number 3, take a second to bless or just appreciate your food. It mentally primes your body for nourishment. And finally, don't chug a full glass of water right after eating. Give it about an hour, otherwise you're just putting out your body's digestive fire. I want to wrap up by leaving you with this gorgeous piece of ancient Tamil wisdom that perfectly sums up our whole explainer today. Medicine is not needed for the body if you eat only after the previous meal has digested. It is literally that simple. Proper, mindful digestion is the ultimate medicine. If we just respect our body's natural timing, it knows exactly how to heal itself. So, my friends at Senior Sparks, I have to ask, are you going to let your mind naturally digest your food, or are you going to let these modern habits keep draining your energy? The choice is entirely yours. Try putting down the phone, wait for that real, true rumble of hunger, and maybe whip up some of that probiotic conchi this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. I really hope it inspires you to completely rethink how you nourish your incredible body. Catch you next time.